afternoon, everyone. It's been a while. We're back in Maturin. Again, you're going to get that because, well, I live here now. I just thought I'd bring the camera out today and do a little vlog for you guys, since it's actually been 6 months that we've been here in Maturin. Well, technically it'll be tomorrow, 6 months since we arrived, and technically it's 6 months yesterday since we left Australia, because we lost a day in transit there. But yeah, so we left on the 24th of September and we arrived on the 26th. Today's the 24th of March, 25th of March, I beg your pardon. And obviously tomorrow, 26th, is a day 6 months exactly that we would have arrived. So yeah, approximately 6 months ago we were in transit. And I thought I'd just bring the camera out, do a little vlog for you guys, show you around Maturin a little bit more, have a bit of a chat about what our life's like now, what it's been like over the last 6 months, a few of the challenges, etc. that we've faced. Obviously got Melly here with me doing a bit of window shopping. Just dropped the young fella off at school. And now we're probably just going to go get a little coffee or something, a little snack, and have a chat with you guys about what life's been here, what life's been like here for us over the last 6 months, and what we're expecting in the future as well. Maybe have a look around some shops and stuff as well, do a bit of window shopping. And just generally get out and about, see what's happening today in Maturin. I should also mention today, it seems a bit quieter in town today, because a lot of the locals aren't going to venture in. It'll be pretty crazy later on. It's actually game day here in Maturin. We've got the national team, Vinotinto. They'll be playing against Peru tonight in an international game for the World Cup qualifiers, I believe it is. So yeah, at the moment all the international games that get held here in Venezuela are held here in Maturin. So yeah, that game's on tonight. I won't be attending this one. I'll just be watching it from home with a few buddies and with my dad. If you guys don't know, my dad's here in Venezuela as well. He flew over to see me. And some neighbours have invited us over to have a few drinks with them and to watch the game and give my dad a chance to try some of the local rum cacique. So that's our plans for this evening. But anyway guys, as I said, we're just going to today walk up here a little bit, have a look around Maturin, and yeah, sit down, have a coffee and talk about how life's going for us over here. Still, even though it's quiet today, it's still very animated. Buses go past, yelling out all the different places are taking people. As you saw, you know, trucks loaded with people. Still a busy place. Just here, doing window shopping, browsing for things that we might need. Guys, so you got a little restaurant selling all sorts of street foods, like kebabs, hamburgers, hot dogs, etc. All that quick, easy street food. There's a lot of that around these days here in Venezuela. The watches here, the fake G-Shocks, they got the stuff here guys. I actually want to get myself one of these. I'm still using this crappy $2 watch that I used, that I bought in Caracas, which doesn't work, so I've got to get a new cheapie for the moment. Yeah, I've got to get a new watch, because yeah, this one's still not working. I wear it more just for the look. It doesn't even tell the time. So just because I'm used to having a watch, I've always wanted a watch, you know. So I've definitely got to get another cheapie. I do have my other good watches, but I don't want to wear them around here. They'll get scratched, you know. So it's pretty rough mushing in. So not rough in a bad sense. Just you can see here, like, I just don't want to lose it or break it or anything. That's all. And we just found a panaderia, a cafe slash bakery to go and sit at. Maybe even get a nice cool drink. Another chicken store. So yeah, basically most of the food stores, there's a lot of food stores, like a lot of restaurants and stuff, but there's very few restaurants of the type that you'll see in other cities. So here, obviously, because of the situation in Venezuela, there's a lot of chicken shops because, you know, chicken is easy, cheap and accessible. And as I said, you know, there's a lot of street food, so a lot of burgers, shawarma or kebab or hot dogs, stuff like that. There are other restaurants with, you know, steaks, pastas and stuff like that, but they're not as common. You know, we just found a little coffee shop here. Yeah, I want to sit down here. Found a little coffee shop here. I'm going to order maybe a coffee or ¿qué te va a tomar? Café or Malta? Malta? Yeah. 2 Maltas for us. Toma, you get a Malta. We're going to get a Malta. I'll just show you guys some of the delicious snacks and stuff I have here. Check it out, guys. All nice seeds, etc. And also over here you can buy like all the things. They got deli and stuff as well, cookies. And yeah, they do coffee, they do select. This is a typical panaderia that you find anywhere in Venezuela, throughout Venezuela. So most of them are bake all their own sweets and breads and stuff. And yeah, they also have a little deli section. They do coffee, they do the whole work. So it's like a cafe and a little bit more. So anyway, gonna tuck myself into this little corner here, sit down here and have a nice cool Malta. Got a little friend. So this is Maturin. It's a very popular drink here in Venezuela. It's probably more similar to Vegemite, if I can compare it to anything, just in the fact that it doesn't taste like Vegemite, but it is made from a yeast extract. So anyone from Australia would know, you know, the Vegemite's made from a yeast extract, and this is a similar thing. However, this is a lot nicer. This is very sweet, not overly sweet, but a lot sweeter obviously than Vegemite, which is a salty flavour, as anything else you would know. But yeah, so this is the like national, very popular drink here called Malta. This brand is called Maturin by Polar, which is a huge beer and food producing company here. So yeah, this is found all throughout the country. This is probably the most popular brand of Malta. And it's got a taste of kind of like if you mixed, when I was a kid, I remember I used to go to a South American friend's house and they used to mix beer with Coca-Cola and say that it tastes like Malta. And they weren't wrong. This Malta actually does taste like a little bit of a mix if you mix beer with Coca-Cola. But it's non-alcoholic and it's just, yeah, just very refreshing and nice to have on a hot day. So, 6 months in, we've been here. So far, happy. It hasn't been challenging, yes it has, but all over fairly happy. What do you say, babe? Happy? Happy here? Yeah? Feeling happy? I'm happy. So far we're happy. Ethan's happy. Yeah, it's been a challenge, it's been tough. It's not easy migrating, especially a place like Venezuela. There are challenges, significant challenges. The biggest ones being moving into a house, which was the house of our dreams. We had our eye on it for years before we were able to actually purchase it and move here. A nice big house that we'd seen online, which we were able to save for. We kept our eye on it as the price came down and our money grew and we were able to purchase it. As the cost of living in Australia got got harder and got steeper, and as things seem to be getting better over here in Venezuela, so we took advantage of that and made our purchase. So yeah, house is definitely one challenge because it wasn't a finished house. It's not completely done, so we've been remodeling it ourselves. We've still got a bunch of work to do. We've done so much already. I am planning to do a video of the house at some stage. I just don't know when yet. I've got a million other projects and other things that I'd rather get out and film for you guys. You know, I really prefer this channel to be about taking you guys to amazing destinations and seeing all the cool and amazing people and places in the world. Not so much, you know, remodeling a house. It's not a reno channel, you know. Also, big challenge is the car. The car has been a thorn in my side since day one. I think about 2 or 3 days after I bought the car, I said to my wife, this guy sold me a dud. I could just feel it in my bones. So it's been pretty much 6 months of just one big continuous headache with the car. True, babe? Yeah. So yeah, it was just here tapping away on the telephone, organising stuff as always. So yeah, the car's been a bit of a headache. Been a bit of a problem, a big problem. First thing I needed to have it done was have the air conditioner fixed, and after that was just a domino effect of problem after problem after problem. The air conditioner is still not bloody fixed. So it's been 6 months of, you know, just a rubbish car that every week needs a new repair. Or, you know, I think we went almost a month even without it at one stage, or 2 or 3 weeks without a car at all. I was just sat there at the front of my house. Finally got it going again, and then the problems just started again. And even now, it's in getting repair. You know, there's a problem with one of the tubes has melted or something. Plastic tubes, crappy parts from the previous owners not using coolant and overheating, and it's melted one of the pipes onto the engine. It has to be replaced. It's just a pain in the ass, guys, if I'm honest. So that's been the second challenge. Third big challenge here I would have to be honest, guys, would be the money situation. Now, because of the currency situation here, it's hard to get your hands on hard currency. You can only take so much out of a bank at a time. I can't take any out. My international cards don't work over here. Millie has to use her card. We don't have bolivars coming into our account. We have Australian dollars. Now, it's easier for people who have American dollars or euros and they have European bank account set up, an American bank account set up, because there's apps over here that you can use for forms of electronic payment, etc., etc. Anyone from Venezuela or who's been here from the States or whatever, who knows about these things, would you know that things like Zelle, things like Binance, and all these other various forms that have to circumnavigate the problems they have here with the payment systems and the currency controls, etc., that the government has in place, and all these stupid bloody rules. There are ways around it if you're from the States, if you're from Europe, and unfortunately we're from Australia. There's not many Aussies over here, so nobody's actually set up an effective way for me to be able to spend my money here when I want to spend it. It's not a case of not having the money, it's a case of not being able to convert it into bolivars to spend it. And small American bills, yeah, I could use American cash, but getting small bills is a problem, or getting the change is a problem. If I go and break $100 note, they're going to give me back the change in the local currency. Now the problem with that is the local currency is still suffering huge inflation. So from one week to the next, that currency is going to lose all value. Well, most of its value, not all value. So yeah, that's another problem. Money's a bit of an issue here. We've found ways around it though, you know. I've met people here. I've got a guy now that I can go see him. I can get American dollars off him. So this is how I do it. I buy American dollars on him in cash. I do an electronic transfer from my Australian account to his account. He has an account in Panama or somewhere like that. Because if he accepts it in the Venezuelan account, he has to pay a huge tax to the government as well. It's crazy. So anyway, I pay him, and he gives me American dollars in cash. Okay, he has a business here in town. So then I take that American dollars in cash, we give it to Millie. Millie sells those American dollars for bolivars, the local currency, and then we do most of our spending or our payments through electronic transfer. She does it through a phone with the bolivars that we've now received to Millie's electronic bank account from selling physical hard currency American dollars. So yeah, complicated system, a real pain in the ass, because it's a constant thing of having to sell or upload. There is one platform that we can use over here as well that we can upload, but unfortunately there's limits on how much, and it's about $100 Australian a day, so it doesn't leave us a lot, especially if you're trying to remodel a house, you know. It's noisy here, guys, sorry, there's buses and things, etc. Yeah, especially if you're trying to remodel a house, you know. Remodeling a house is not cheap. Obviously you have to buy things that are going to cost more than $100 Australian a day. You're trying to get stuff done, you got to pay workers, you got to buy products, etc. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain as well. But look, all that said and done, are we glad we made the move? Yeah, we are. Are you glad we made the move, babe? You happy? Yeah? Yep, happy. Yeah, obviously Minnie's happy because she's from Venezuela, she's back here with the family. Am I happy? Yeah, look, I am. I love it over here. I love life over here. I love the people. More than anything, just their resilience. They're always happy. They're very outgoing. They're very friendly. As a content creator, it's a dream to be over here because everyone's really responsive to the camera. Everyone wants to get involved. Everyone's super friendly. It's meant to be such a dangerous country, you know. I don't see it, sorry, but I didn't see it 10 years ago when I was here. I saw it a little bit back then, but now completely safe, and everyone's really happy. And everyone seems to have this mentality that, you know, everyone's just got to get along and be nice if they want the country to go anywhere, to get out of the deep hole that it was in. And it is, it's slowly coming out, you know. Apart from all the challenges that it faces, due to whatever factors may be, I'm sure you guys are all aware of what they are. As I said, you know, I don't get into politics on this channel. But yeah, look, we're happy. I'm really happy here so far. Life's great, you know. I enjoy the food, I enjoy the culture, I enjoy the movement out in the streets, I enjoy the beautiful weather. I wouldn't trade it for the world. You know, the first 3 months are really hard. I probably really wanted to get back home and back to where I was, but then I didn't have a home anymore. We sold everything. We put everything on the line and came out here to live our own life and build our own dreams and live in our own house that we actually own. And we're happy, you know. At the end of the day, we own our house. We haven't got that stress of having to work a 9 to 5 or like I was working, you know, an 11 till 11 job, working day and night just to keep a roof over our head and keep fed. And yeah, you know, our car's a piece of shit, but it's still baby steps. We're just starting. We're new migrants, you know. Everyone's got to start at the bottom, you know. And that's the risk we want to take. And look, we're enjoying life here, you know. Billy's got a huge family here. It's wonderful. It's nice to have a big supporting family around us. There's so many adventures. I get to do what I want. I just get to go around and basically make YouTube videos and work on my other little side hustles, etc. that I'm working on. Speaking of which, guys, don't forget my own clothing line, Toucan. Here's a link to some gear there. Get some Toucan brand, guys. Help a brother out. It really is good quality gear, travel adventure gear line that I've launched to coincide with my channel. Obviously, Toucan. Inspired by my travels through this wonderful nation of Venezuela. So yeah, please go check out that for me, guys, and give us some support. Yeah, but look, you know, as I was saying, I get to live my life how I want to live it on my terms. Not exactly, but who can really do that except, you know, the extremely rich in any country in the world. So a bit of a sacrifice, but everywhere is a sacrifice. I prefer over here, you know. I just feel more freedom, more enjoyment. I don't know, just life seems richer. Food tastes better. I remember back home in Australia, I felt like there was no soul there. It was just like people say Sydney was a soulless city, you know, and I think all of Australia is just, I don't know, things have changed there a lot. It's still a great country, I'm still proud to be Australian, whatever, but I don't know. For now, I'm happy living here. I'm really happy living here for the now. So that's all I can think of for the moment, for 6 months in. Hey, we're going to continue vlogging, look around Maturin today, and as more comes to mind, I'll keep sharing it with you guys. Cheers. So we thought we'd come back out on the street, change the scene a little bit for you, and I'll just show you here, guys, as I was talking about the street food earlier. This is all street food places, so all comida callejera they call it, so street food. So that's a whole little zone in there, and they're all just the same really, just hamburger places, hot dogs, etc. like that, you know. Kebabs, kebab rolls, things like that. Wraps, just yeah, quick grilled stuff. Fairly easy, a lot of sauce on it. Really nice though, very flavorful. But yeah, so we thought we'd come back out on the street for a little bit more of a look around while we keep giving you guys a wrap on what life's like here in Maturin for 6 months in, guys. Thought we'd change the scenery a bit. Come and sit down in the plaza here. We're just sat here on the little garden bench though. There's benches over there, but they're all in the sun. It's too bloody hot, so all the shaded ones are all taken. So another thing I should mention, I love living in Venezuela. When I speak about the challenges and what it's like here, doesn't mean it's for everybody. I'll be straight up. Look, my father's here at the moment, doesn't seem to like it very much at all. One of the major factors for that is, yes, there are blackouts here. This country does still suffer significant blackouts or power rationing. That's what it seems to be, where they sort of turn the electricity off. It seems to me to cycle through I think it cycles through the country. And it seems to come back around to Maturin every few months or so. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months, where for a week to a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, we'll suffer systematic blackouts. Like they'll come at 1 o'clock and they'll go until 3 o'clock. And it'll happen like every day or every second day or what have you. And I think it's a way to ration out the energy. Obviously it's a very weak energy system that they've got here. Like it's obviously something's wrong with it. It's not functioning properly, you know. So look, blackouts are a thing. Some people hate that, some people can't live with that. For me, I love it. I think it's awesome because it takes me back to a time, you know, back in Australia when I was a kid, when Australia didn't have the greatest electricity grid in the world, and we used to get blackouts as a kid. I remember back in the 80s as a kid, we used to have blackouts, and it'd be a time where you'd light candles and family would talk to each other again, and you know, you just have a bit of downtime without so much electronic interference. And that was back then. So you can imagine now it's even more appreciated, you know. So what happens here, the lights go out and the neighbors come out of their house and everyone sort of gathers around and starts to talk. And to be perfectly honest, look, we've got it set up so we still have Wi-Fi. Our phones still work and we still have Wi-Fi when there's a blackout, because we've got a router that runs on a battery, and yeah, I've still got 3 or 4 hours of Wi-Fi if I want to use it on my telephone. But I don't mind the blackouts. When they come, they come. They're part of life, part of the adventure here. Granted, yeah, look, everything here for me is an adventure. Everything's fun because I've come from a completely different system. It's like one big holiday over here, you know. Well, not quite, because, you know, like I said, there are challenges and we do have a life to sort of get on with and try and build as well here. But yeah, look, I don't know, do I mind the blackouts? Not at all. If they were happening in Australia constantly, maybe I would. Maybe I'd get the shits. Maybe I'd be fed up. I don't know. For me, I see everything over here as fun and everything's an adventure. So for me, I don't mind the blackouts. I can live with them. Especially knowing that, I don't know, it sort of balances out, you know? Like everything else that I love about here, that I enjoy here, balances out the things that are difficult. And I can make do. I can appreciate it all, you know? So anyway, just a heads up. There are blackouts. Look, there are significant other problems as well that you might not be able to adapt to if you were to come over here. You know, like I said, my dad doesn't seem to like it very much. The traffic here is chaotic, it's crazy. That's not for everyone as well. The roads aren't in the best condition, the pavements aren't in the best condition, you know. Some of the infrastructure, the buildings and stuff, they're old, they're crumbling, they're decayed. I mean, if you just have a look around here, you know, you can see, like, these are all quite old buildings. I don't mind that. I don't need everything new and shiny, but you know, that's me. But look, yeah, look, there's
there's challenges. Some might see them as challenges to living here, or there's trade-offs, you know. For me, for living here, there's trade-offs. As I said, you know, it's not for everyone, but it's definitely for me.
So we're just walking along a few back streets now. It's almost time. Well, actually, we're still about 45 minutes away from when we have to pick up Ethan, our son, from the school. We have to pick him up early today because of the game that's on here in town. It's going to be very congested later. So the school's closing early, so everyone can get their kids and get out of the city centre before everyone comes in for the game this evening. It's just going to be chaos later on. So lucky little guy gets to come out at 3 o'clock today. And just while I'm at it, just with the school situation, so what's happened with our son's school. So at first when we got here, we had him enrolled in a private school, which was good and cheap enough for us. Like, I couldn't afford private education back in Australia for my son. However, it was a 7 o'clock start, which means 5 o'clock wake up for us. It's quite hard, and it's quite hard for him to adapt as well. Just with the new language and the new way of schooling, etc. Their level of education here is a little bit higher as well, so he really struggled. Look, I'm proud of him, he got through it. And he got through with good marks as well, but was it easy? No, it wasn't. So yeah, but fortunately we've been able to change schools now. The reason being, his cousin was in another school as well, was in the public system. So we were able to switch him over to that once the space became available. So now his schooling starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and normally goes till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's a bit of a different system than they have in Australia. I think here school is more about going to school, getting an education, and then going home, where I think in Australia the schools are a little bit more set up as sort of daycare centres, if you would, you know, to keep the kids there during most of the day while the parents sort of go to work, and that's why they sort of run from 9 till 3. Well, ideally I guess that would be 9 to 5, but then you have after school care, etc. So yeah, look, here they run from 12 to 5. You can do 12 to 5 or 7 till, 1 to 5 I think it is, or 7 until 1, is that right, mate? Yeah, or 7 till 1. So you've got your option. You either do morning classes or afternoon classes, and that way, you know, we chose afternoon classes for him because that's when his cousin is enrolled as well in school. Just makes it a little bit easier for him to adapt during his first year here. And look, you know, that way he gets to have a good, nice full lunch before he goes off to school. You don't have to worry about little Timmy not eating his sandwiches or whatever when your kids go to school. In our case, little Ethan not eating his sandwiches out of his lunchbox because he has a nice full lunch before he starts class for the day. Anyway, so now we're just having a bit of a walk through some back streets here, guys. And yeah, we're just going to take a slow walk down and to a couple other things. I think Millie wants to go into what's called a chino, which is a little Chinese-owned supermarket. I would have mentioned before in my other videos if you've seen those. Before we go pick the little fella up for the afternoon. One of the other things I love about living here is just some people might think they're ugly, but just these charming old streets. Now this is not by any means Cologne or anything, but they've still got all the nice colours. Everything's colourful here, even amongst the faded paint and some very questionable artwork. You know, I just think it really looks cool. Like if you just look down here, you know, everything looks like a scene from a movie. It's all very colourful. It's all just, yeah, I find it really pretty. I don't know, just little things like that add to your happiness in the day, you know. I think back home in Australia, Sydney in particular, was just basically everything was grey and brown, like a wood brown and grey, with a few shrubs and trees around. But here it's a whole different ballgame. Crazy old man on bicycles included. I want to go walk just where you're walking. I want to right there. It's another theme I wanted to touch on while I'm here. discussing our first 6 months in Venezuela is cost of living. Cost of living, guys, for us here is considerably cheaper. So just to give you an idea, I now pay 50 cents a litre for petrol. That's at the international price, so I don't have to line up in a huge line. Yes, sometimes I still have to line up, but the line isn't terribly long. Normally I have to wait maybe 5. I think the most I've waited is about 15 minutes for petrol, perhaps 20. Don't quote me. So yeah, petrol a lot cheaper. If I did want to line up for the subsidised petrol, which I am not as yet entitled to because you have to actually be a citizen, I think, I could get that for about 2 cents a litre, but you'd have to line up for days. So what else? We have petrol covered, groceries. I can probably feed our family of 3 here for probably 20 American dollars. So you probably look at what, 28, between 28 and 32 Australian dollars. And that would probably get us through the week, if I'm honest. If you're a smart shopper, a savvy shopper, which Millie is, obviously she knows where to go and what to buy, taking advantage of local markets, etc., and cheaper shopping centres. So yeah, I could probably feed me, Ethan and Millie for the week for between 20 and 30 Australian, I'd say. No more than $40. That's a week. Fairly basic stuff though. Of course you can spend more, of course you can spend a fortune here if you wanted to. Imported goods, different goods cost more. So yeah, things are considerably cheaper here. Apart from cars, now getting back to where I was before, speaking about all the trouble with my car. Why do I have so much trouble with my car? Because I bought a bomb, because there's not much other choice. We came here, we thought we'd buy a fairly cheap car. We wanted to spend under 10 grand. Australian. We ended up spending $7,000 Australian, and the car's just a dud. I know for 7,000 Australian I could have got a lot better back home, but hey, it is what it is. Getting back to it, what else is cheaper here? Look, groceries are a lot cheaper. Obviously we don't pay any rent and there's no mortgage. We pay for our what's called condominium, which is our strata fee. We pay around, for our condominium fee, we pay around $10 a month, $10 to $12 a month, I believe. And that includes water, electricity, and security for the gated community that we live in. So pretty good deal. Plus all the upkeep of the local plaza, etc. What else are our costs, Wade? What else do we have? We have transport is nothing. When the car is broken down, we can take a taxi into town, a shared taxi, for about 70 cents per person. One way, so fairly cheap. What else do we pay for? Food, done. Petrol, done. Electricity and all our water usage, etc., is in our strata rates or our condominium rates, so that's all covered. So yeah, as you can tell, very cheap living over here. Obviously, part of the reason why we enjoy it so much here. Alrighty guys, so that's just about it for the day. We're going to wrap up the vlog here. It's just about time to pick our son up from school. So I just want to thank you guys for watching and listening to what we've been up to over the last 6 months and how our life's been. You can expect a lot more adventures from us coming up soon. We've been in a bit of a lull at the moment, just getting a lot of stuff done with the house. Obviously, you know, with my dad here and stuff, it hasn't been exactly easy to gallivant all over the country, etc. as well. But look guys, I want to thank everyone who supported the channel so far and everyone who's subscribed, everyone who's been following us on our adventures. It really does mean a lot. You're helping us build our dreams, and so far it's going fantastically. Thank you. I do plan to show you more of this magnificent country, and then, as I've mentioned, under the rest of the Caribbean and eventually the world as well, guys. So look, once again, thank you very much for watching. Until the next time we see you guys, peace out.